Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss one problem of uh, why this particular code is taking more time with unsorted array. So let us go to the code first. So in this code, what is going to happen? First of all, we are making one big size array like 32768, and after that we are putting the random value inside the array up to the 256. We are bounded by 256. After that, what we are doing, first of all, ignore this sorting as of now. What we are doing after that we are taking the start timer, and at the uh, when this nested for loop is completed, we are stopping the timer and we are creating a timer at the sum. So inside the for loop, what we are doing, inside the inner loop, we are doing the sum of the element of the original array if the value is more than 128, right? We are taking sum and we are doing this calculation 100,000 times, as you can see. To be more precise, to increase the time in a significant way, that's why. So what the problem is with this code, when when we run this code without this sorting, I am commenting it sorting. When we run this without sorting, it will take around 12 seconds. But when we run this with this sorting, this for loop is taking a time of around 3 to 4 seconds. So the main question is why this is happening, right? If the array is sorted, then what is going to happen? That increase the time of the nested for loop, right? As you can see, it is running without the sorting. It will take around 12-13 seconds. It is taking 12 seconds. When I sort this array, it will the time of this will reduce significantly, around 3-4 seconds max. So it is running. Again, I will try. Again, it will take maximum 2-3 seconds, and let's see. So it is taking 4 seconds, but when I comment this line, so we are going with unsorted array. So the time of this code will increase significantly, around 12 to 13 seconds. So the main question is why this is going to happening with this code, and what is wrong with the unsorted array that it takes the more time than the sorted one. So it is still running, and as you can see, it is taking 11.87 seconds. So most of the time it is taking more than 10 seconds, and in unsorted one it is taking more than 5 seconds, less than 5 seconds if we have sorted the array. So to understand why this is going to happen, let us understand the working of our CPU in a bit more detail. So what is going to happen if we have, let's say we have one code with if statement, that if we have some condition here, and inside the if condition we are again doing some things, and after that here else, in else also we are again doing some things. So the how CPU will work, the CPU will compile each line and put it as a command, like I1 command for the first line. For the I1 statement, this is the I2 command. It will convert it in binary and it will process by one, I3, I4, I5. For each line we have this to represent the I7 for the inside else loop, and I8, right? So after that, when the uh, when the CPU reaches to the if condition, so how it works, then CPU have one fetcher one decoder that decodes the statement, decoder and one executor. So when first of all what it will do, it will read from the fetcher will read from the statements, compile statement, and it will fetch it and it will send to the decoder. Decoder will decode it and decoder will send to the executor. This is the man who executes the statement. So when the fetcher is fetched the execution statements, so it, let's say I1 will be here, it is fetching mode, right? It is fetching, but after it is fetched, it will send to the I1 as decode stage. Till now the fetcher will, what the fetcher will do, fetcher will fetch the next statement, and it to the next statement it is fetching, and when the decoder will send I1 to the execute in the final execution, the decoder has received the statement 2 and fetcher will move to the fetching the statement 3. So this kind of pipeline, like sequence by sequence, when one fetching is done, immediately it will take the next execution, immediately it will take the next statement of the CPU, so that we can speed up the execution of the command. So what is going to happen in this case? Let's suppose if the I1 statement is true, then it will take the I2 as a next statement and I3 as a afterward, right? But if the I1 statement, the if condition is fails, then CPU need to jump at else part. So but in pipeline you can see the I2 and I3 are on the way. So CPU need to flush this pipeline before moving to IC1. So it need to flush the pipeline and it need to load the IC1. The IC1 must be reached at the final level before we are going to execute right statement. So this cycle will, this process of flushing the previously built pipeline and making a new one, it takes almost around 10 to 15 milli 10 to milli 10 to 15 CPU cycles, right? So in our case what is going to happen when so as you can see with unsorted array, we have one condition that if the data is more than 128, then we are going to add this, right? So in case of unsorted array, what this if condition is going to return, that it will take true false as output, false, like some random output will be there. But when we sort it, in case of when we sort this, so we are sorting in increasing order. So in increasing order, what is going to happen? The results will be in true, false, false, likewise. And what our CPU usually do, it will predict the branch, like if we are going to this branch or else statement, the CPU is going to predict that what will be the output of the particular if statement, and it will predict the output based on the past evaluation of the execution, right? So previously the if condition is evaluated as true, means this time also it will assume as a true. So I am just giving you overview. This CPU won't work like that exactly, but this is the overview for the understanding of this problem. So true, false. So in this case, in sorted case, uh, sorted array, we are when we do the prediction, the CPU will do the prediction of the branch. It is almost correct, like most of the time, except one or two. The prediction will be 100% correct. So it do not need to flush the pipeline. So when we sort the array, our time is very much optimized. But in the case of unsorted array, we need to flush the pipeline almost half of the time. The CPU cannot predict the output of the if statement correctly. So that's why the reason it is taking the lesser time in case of the sorted array as compared to the unsorted one. So I hope you find this concept interesting. Also, when you search on Stack Overflow, you can see it is the most afforded question that ever asked in a Stack Overflow history. So you can go through it. I have copy pasted this example and discussed in our video. So so many people answer this question, and in a very much different way, or everyone is trying to do the explanation in a little bit different way, but more or less this is the what we have discussed, that branch prediction and other. You can go into more detail and you can find there are almost hundreds of answers for this particular question. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you learned something from it. Thank you very much.